and Sewage Authority.
Mr. Chairman, I put this on here, and the reason I did is because there's been a lot of controversy about this, and I've talked to Chairman Trammell about it, and I'm not trying to cause any more controversy, but there are some issues out there that need to be resolved, and I'm not sure how they're going to be resolved. I know that I've had documentation for a long time. I've heard of other documentation, but I've never seen it. And there's such things as things going around that the Board of Commissioners created in Jasper County Water and Sewer, which is not true. It was set up by the state authority. Representative Chris Jenkins introduced it as legislation in 1999. And there's things out there that we're liable for this and we're liable for that, and it specifically says in that House Bill 972 that we are not liable for it. And in fact, it says that they're self-liquidating, which means that they're supposed to have the money to pay for the cost of operating, maintaining, repairing, improving, and extending the project, including paying the principal and interest of any revenue bonds. So the thing why I put this on the agenda, and again, Chairman Trammell and I've talked about this, but I'm just trying to get some things settled and in the minutes, so that when it comes time, we can go back and actually look at them. In the September minutes for Jasper County Water and Sewer Authority, it said that the county owed the Water and Sewer Authority $73,300. Part of this includes the taxes that are on the tax bill that people are paying via taxes that Mary Faulkner gives to them. And we keep getting invoices that says we owe them all this money and this and that and the other, whereas I contend that we don't owe them any money. Those taxes, if they're not paid, I mean, the last invoice we got had something on there like we still owed X amount from 2010 that the property owners hadn't paid. Well, if we're going to have to pick up the balance that the property owners haven't paid, why would any property owner pay it? That we would just end up picking all of it up. So, I mean, those kind of things are disturbing to me, that we continue to be billed for this kind of things. And this is just not an obligation of the general fund of Jasper County. I've talked with Mr. Trammell about this, and hopefully that this is going to be changed on their balance sheet that says it's a property tax thing. But I want to clarify that that's who owes it and not the Jasper County Board of Commissioners. There's billings on there from 2006 all the way through 2012, which includes the $48,000 that was just billed out on tax bills recently. The other thing is the hydrant tax. We keep hearing about this resolution, and never has this ever been, it was never in the minutes. It was never voted on in a public meeting, because I attended the meeting. It was never in the minutes. And in fact, the Monticello News wrote up exactly what happened at that meeting, and it follows the minutes perfectly. But there has been a affidavit signed by the members of that board and Merrill Clark stating that they meant it to mean this and they meant it to mean that. But yet the minutes were never corrected, and in fact this affidavit even says that the minutes were just notes. But anybody can go in there and look at the 2002 minutes, which Sharon and I did this evening, and they're all made the same way. Back during that time, the county commissioners didn't want the minutes to reflect anything in detail. And the only thing ever on there was the motion and the vote. So it's strange that this motion was never in the minutes, it was never passed by the Board of Commissioners in the public meeting, and it was left out. But yet the newspaper had details on it. And the details, in fact, were that Mr. Clark went to the board and said that USDA had disallowed $30,000 of their projected revenues, which necessitated the authority to request the county's assistance. So Commissioner Pennon made a motion that they would put $30,000 in the 2005 budget, and it was seconded by Greg White and passed unanimously. the resolution was never an issue until later we found out that it was supposedly used as a collateral for bonds. And you can go back to the Jasper County Water and Sewer Authority's corrected minutes of the day after the resolution was supposedly passed. So, my question is, when are we gonna get it settled? And why do we hear one thing at a forum, or when somebody's campaigning, or at a Water and Sewer Authority meeting, and then somewhere else we hear something different? And I just think it's time that we put this to rest, that